guys? Nice of you guys to join us. Today we're over here in Disney Springs. As you guys can see, we're waving goodbye to the dock right now, guys. So we're on one of the boats, and these boats are actually the transportation that's going to take you over to the resorts. And this one here that we're on is actually going to take us over to the Port Orleans French Quarters today. So that's where we're actually heading. Now if you guys see over there to the left, we're making our turn. That is the Saratoga Springs Resort. And in the distance over there is the Cirque du Soleil building. And you can see the balloon over there, guys. There's the paddlefish boat. That's a restaurant. If you guys aren't familiar with that, that's changed hands over the years. And that's the newly redone on the outside Rainforest Cafe. If you guys haven't had the opportunity to see the smoke and the fire and stuff like that, I do recommend getting over there and taking a look at that. It's every so many minutes on the hour. And that thing's going to have it's a big volcano, so you're going to see all the lights on the side. It looks like lava coming down and stuff like that. And that's actually a really cool thing to see. And you know what? It's funny, we go over there a lot to see that. We'll be walking around Disney Springs, but we actually go over there a lot just to take a look at that and to try to get some fresh footage all the time because it's a cool experience to see it. And it's very loud out there. Now right there, that's the Disney Saratoga Springs Resort. That used to be the Disney Institute. We got somebody saying hi to us over there. But that used to be the Disney Institute, and now that is the Saratoga Springs. And it's an incredible resort. If you guys get a chance to just walk around, the footprint is huge over there. It's like one of the biggest properties to walk around. There's another look right now as we're going through the water here on the Disney Springs. And there's the balloon. Now they used to have the west side dock open, and that's currently not open. Hopefully in the future they get that reopened. Now if you look in the backdrop there, the only thing you're really missing out of there is the old pineapple. They took that out of there. There we go, welcome home. So that's how you can tell that any resort on property, if they have a welcome home, that usually means it's a Disney Vacation Club property. And the cool part about the vacation clubs, they always look, the way they look the day they open, they're always new looking, inside, outside. I haven't really had too many problems staying over there. Usually it's something like a thermostat issue or something inside, but usually that's about it. I haven't really had any problems in here. Very pretty to walk around, nighttime, daytime, a lot of waterways and stuff like that. And they actually have a section over there called the paddock, and in there they've got the biggest water slide, and that's the paddock one up really with Nashville. These are the amphicars that go out of the Disney Springs area there. They're kind of cool. Now they are a little pricey if you guys are going on there. They are a little pricey, but they're kind of cool to get on. Oh, there he is. He's using the old board there. That's all he's got. But you can go over to Disney Springs. You can pay to get on them. They'll take you out on a ride. And they also have the restaurant right there and stuff. So that's kind of cool if you guys get a chance to experience that. We're still going past to give you an idea how big the Saratoga Springs Resort is. It just keeps going and going and going. We're going to look back real quick. One more time, that's behind us. And we're saying goodbye right now to Disney Springs, and now we're in a little canal here that's going to take us all the way down to either, it's going to take you to Port Orleans Riverside, French Quarters, or it's going to take you over to the old Key West, and it also stops off at the Saratoga Springs and the tree houses. But to give you an idea, once again, I just said that a couple seconds ago, how big this Saratoga is. Keep your eyes on the right here, and just look how much territory we're covering in this boat. We just keep going and going and going, and this resort is just very, very long. If you guys are staying at the Disney Vacation Club, usually this place always has rooms just because there's so many of them. And we're moving along right now. We're still coming through this little canal, so everything's hidden when you get to this little part here. To the left is the Lake Buena Vista Golf, and over to the right is the Saratoga. Now, if you're going to play the golf while we're going through here, over to the right here, you're going to have to go in this building over to the right. It's part of the Saratoga Springs. That's where you're going to pay for your golfing right there, and you're golfing right out of there. So this is where you're going to go if you're going to golf. When you go into the front of the building, if you're coming in by car, it's over to you're going into the main entrance. It's over to the right and down behind the main building. But this is the dock right now. This is going to drop you off at the Saratoga Springs right there. so you can see right there all the people that are starting to walk down to the little ramp. A lot of times people don't hang out at the ramp until the very end, and then they'll walk on down so they can get everybody in there. There's a look at the golf course right there, the golf carts and stuff like that. And this is one of the bridges you're going to drive the golf cart across to get to the golf courses. Now, if you guys haven't been on this water ride before, we got a lot of them posted. We have them either through Walt Disney or we're still using the Country Bear Tours. I hated giving up the Country Bear Tours, but YouTube recommended us switching over to a different name because I guess a lot of people are getting us confused with a tour company or a travel company to bring people down on vacations. So they recommended we change our name. So I'm still trying to incorporate that into the name of Walt Disney. So it's Walt Disney of the Country Bear Tours because I like the Three Bears and Hippie Van. The logos are nice. Our stickers we've been giving away for the last couple of years are really cool, and I hate stopping that. Maybe someday we'll be able to bring it back when we start getting the numbers higher. But once again, if you guys haven't subscribed to the video, subscribe now down below, guys. Subscribe, give it a like. Always give the channels a like and a subscribe, guys. And so it doesn't cost you anything. It's nice. It helps us out with the channels trying to get out here and do these videos and stuff like that. So anything we get, we do appreciate it, and it helps us get to the point where we can start giving stuff back to our public, guys. Now off to the right, see the buildings and the trees right there? It is still the Saratoga Springs Resort. To give you an idea how many rooms they have in that resort, it's just incredible. That's crazy looking out there, seeing all that. But right now we're getting, sorry about that, we're getting to the point where we're almost halfway through the boat ride. Now we're going to get up here, see that bridge right in front of us? Past that bridge, we're going to come to a little fork in the road. We're going to have to make a decision up there. But since we're not going to the old Key West Resort today, we're going to hang to the right. Now if you jumped on the other boat, way back in the beginning when we got on the boat, the other one to the left, that'll take you over to the old Key West Resort. And usually if you guys aren't sure when you're getting on the boats, make sure you ask, guys. It's real easy to jump into the wrong lane and get on the wrong boat. And that is going to put you back anywhere between a half an hour and 45 minutes. So don't put yourself through all that nightmare. Here's another golf cart bridge. So you go under these little bridges. They're kind of cool. It gives you something to see too when you're going along. Some of the waterways that you go under aren't the best. The one I think I like the most out of all the waterways would be the trip from Epcot over to Hollywood Studios. But now if you guys look down there, see the little street sign over there? It's like a little canal sign, and it tells you where you're going, where you're heading. And over here is finding the tree houses. Now these are still part of the Saratoga, and these are the original ideas and concepts from Walt Disney himself. I think that's why they have taken them out over the years. Give you a look at what they look like. They're still there. I would actually like to see them take them all out and put in a really cool, not too tall of a resort, but a long resort right there. That's a perfect spot to have a totally different resort in there. You got a lot of space in there, and this is limited. You only got so many of these tree houses, and then that space is taken up and you're done. And it really, to me, I'd rather see a cool, really awesome looking resort in there, like a hotel resort, kind of like the Art of Animation, something like that, the Polynesian, something like that, but really put something in there, maybe a Stitch resort, awesome, a Moana resort. I know they're using it over at the Polynesian, but you don't need to get rid of Stitch. Incorporate it, give his own little resort in there. Or take a movie, put something in there, make it nice, get them tree houses. I think they've done their time. You do got to evolve. Yeah, a lot of the stuff is Walt's original ideas, but times have changed. You do got to, go with the trends and stuff like that. You can't fight City Hall. It's like having a cell phone. You're not going to keep the original cell phone forever, but they always have the new models coming out. And the same thing here. You got to keep the people happy. You got Universal Studios, always the #1 ranked place because we're not afraid to make the changes. And these guys, they do need to start doing that. And we're still coming down though, so we're right now, I think we're at about the halfway point, so we're still making our way through. So these are, as you can see, it's about a 20-minute, I think it's about a 20-minute boat ride. from the springs down to the Port Orleans. And sometimes if you guys get lucky out there, keep your eyes peeled off to the sides. Sometimes you get lucky and you see the otters in here. Up a little further, they used to have a little area where the otters, I think, lived, and they were always out in the water, so you got to see them a lot. And here comes one of the boats right now, and that's coming probably from the, if I had to guess, I'd say it's coming from Riverside. That's the furthest point. Used to be known as Dixie Landings, but they changed it 8 years back, so now it's Riverside. And that one's shaped like the outside theming is that old watermill. Now the Port Orleans French Quarters, if you guys aren't familiar with them, there are two different sides. The one looks like the Mardi Gras with the alligators, all the instruments, and it's the theming, you can tell it's kind of like Mardi Gras. Everything's gold, green, the yellows, all the cool bright colors, the purples. That's over at the French Quarters. And the other one is laid back. It's pretty much set around the big water wheel, the mill. You've got the water towers back there, and that's the Riverside Resort now. And that's got the Old Man Isle pool. Now that pool, if you guys aren't familiar with both of the pools, the Riverside has it looks like, it reminds me of way back in the days, the guys who used to go out and try to sift for gold. It looks like one of them with the troughs up above, dumping the water down in the little mini slide. And then over at the Port Orleans, they've got the big dragon, the sea dragon that goes all around, and the pool is actually an entire sea dragon. So you'll walk upstairs and you're actually walking up the backbone of the dragon. And when you come down the slide, you come right out of his mouth. And the slide isn't really anything extravagant, but the kids like it. It's small. They get to help themselves. They go in there. They sit down. The light turns green. They go down the slide. So right now, this is pretty much one of the last main bridges that we're going to go under. And we do got one more coming up past the Port Orleans French Quarters, the bridge just between this and the Riverside. But this is pretty much the last main one. The other one's a little bit smaller. Up here we're going to go to the left. I think all the boats that get the work done and stuff like that are the ones that need to get put away and stuff. They head over to the right, but we're going over to the left, and you can see through the trees right there a little bit the blue building over there. It's got the blue and the gray. That's where we're heading. And then it starts getting real colorful. As soon as you get around the corner, it gets real colorful. And there's this is part of that course, the golf course we saw way back on Saratoga Springs. This is still part of that golf course. So this thing snakes all over the place. And a lot of people come down just to do the golfing and stuff like that. So you don't really know. Everybody here is from a different place in the world, and everyone likes different things. So you'll see one person want one thing, one person want another. And we're making our way down right now. We're getting ready to head around the corner, and they've got the boat launch coming up. Now the boat launch here is, if you look past the boat launch, you'll get a sneak peek at the pool. That's the big sea dragon I was telling you about. But this is the building right here. This marks the start of the French Quarters. Now, this is one of my favorite places. It's still not like the vacation clubs, the rooms, or it is a hotel. It's more like the Caribbean beach and stuff like that. It's like the Riverside. But what I do like about it is when you're walking through, not so much on this side, like over here, where all the sidewalks are along the waterway. It's nice to walk along that. I think this is more fun at nighttime than daytime. But when you're to the left of that building right there, inside, and you're walking through the main center of the resort, that is just something that you just feel, it's relaxing. You're on vacation, and it's just really beautiful to see all that as you're walking through the center. There's nothing like it. It's the way it's set up in there, that courtyard, it's real pretty in there. And here's a look right there. You look through, see the dragon over there to the right? So these are the buildings right here, and to the left of these buildings, in the middle of the other set in this one, they've got the pool nestled in there. And now if you guys go back and up to the left side of this pool, that's going to take you to they've got a kids aquatic little area back over here. So that's new. The last few years they put that in. But this is the pool. The slide comes right out of his mouth, and way back there to the left, if you follow that walkway down, see that little ball with yo-yo thing up on top of the dragon right now? Way back there in the left corner is where the kids go. They've got like a really cool little water park in there. not a water park, it's a little water area, but it's a lot of fun. And if you guys haven't seen it, type it up. Go to the Port Orleans kids section. I'm looking for my words here. Not the Riverside, the French Quarters. I'm sorry, the French Quarters side, and then type in aquatic country bear tours, and it'll show you one of the videos. I think we got 2 videos posted out there of that little aquatic area. And this is the French Quarters. Sorry, I couldn't think of it. I'm looking at so many things while we're going along because you got to just kind of work on the fly. Everything you see, you got to work with. So you're trying to think of something and you get that little brain fog there for a second. But this is the backs of the buildings, the last part of before we disembark through this section and start heading over to Riverside. But this is it's laid out really nice. It's fun. This, if you like this area here during the day, walk in the center on the opposite side of the buildings. Very pretty. It's fun. It's nice, it's relaxing. Now at nighttime, I think you got both sides. It's still nice to walk down the center, but the waterways to be on this side, and the sidewalk here goes all the way over to the riverside. This is a really beautiful walk, and you can walk from here all the way over to the riverside. And if you guys aren't familiar with it, you can go over to the riverside, rent the Surrey bikes, rent the bicycles, and now they let you come all the way down here. So you can drive the bikes and the Surrey bikes on both sides. As long as you're willing to pay the money to use the stuff, you can go on both sides, go all the way down. And we came down, I'm not a fan of bringing the Surrey bikes down here. That's a little bit of a pedal and them things are heavy. But me and Morgan came down a while back and we used the bicycles, and they were actually up here on one visit. I think they came up by themselves, so they were with Morgan, Marley, and Mama. She came up, so they all did, I think, the bikes one time by themselves. But other than that, it was me and Morgan, and we rented the bikes. And what an awesome time! If you guys want to take the pictures and get out there and see a lot of stuff, the bicycles just move along, so you can go in and out of every single sidewalk, all the little cutoffs and alleyways. It's real awesome to get through, and they're real easy to ride as compared to pushing that huge Surrey bike around. That thing is just, they're very heavy. We always rent them, we love them, but when you're looking to cover the ground and get the pictures and see the different things, the bicycles are definitely the way to go. So we actually found pools that we didn't even know existed back in the Alligator Bayou just from driving the bicycles around, so it's kind of cool. Yeah, you wouldn't think you'd want to go on a bicycle ride on a vacation. You're here to have fun and stuff like that, but the bicycles are real fun. And this is part of the riverside now. We've crossed that last bridge. This is part of the riverside. So this whole bunch of buildings here, you're gonna tell where you are by the color and the style of the buildings. So these are the old plantation looking style homes that they have here, but of the South and stuff like that years ago. But this one here, you've got the whites, you've got the blues, and then down further you're gonna see kind of like a change in the style of the building. That's how you're gonna remember which ones you're staying at if you're staying over here. And then way down in front of us is the Alligator Bayou section, and that's kind of like a totally different resort over here. It's like they built a resort and then 20 years later just built this whole section that they just built rooms or something. But yeah, it's totally different. If you guys get over here, you can always punch up the videos, look at our Surrey bike ride. Go to Surrey Bike, Disney Surrey Bike Ride, Port Orleans Riverside, and then type in Country Bear Tours and it'll show you all the Surrey bikes. And we go through the back of the Alligator Bayou to get to see what they look like. Now right there is the water towers coming up on the left. We're going to take one more pan over here with the camera to show you what these buildings are looking like. See how they're a little bit different in style? These are more of a gray, not the whitish. They're more of like a grayish look. A little bit different in style. I look at that and I see Thomas Jefferson right there. It's just something that's good, like the buildings and stuff like that down in Washington. But you come around the corner right here and here's your boat launch. This is where we're going to say goodbye shortly. You see the bridge up there? The bridge is going to take you over to the right. That's the pool, the old Mianao pool. That big water mill right there, that is where you're going to eat your food. That's, in my opinion, one of the best places to eat a property. The other favorite I like would be over at the Art of Animation. But we're going to do a big loop here. We're going to park over here, and we're going to get out and be on our way, guys. And once again, thank you guys for joining us on another vacation tour here of one of the resorts and stuff like that, and one of the ways you can get to that resort. As always, don't forget to subscribe, give us a big thumbs up and stuff. We're going to see you guys in the next one, and enjoy, guys.